why it is wrong to text and drive. How many of you can drive? Honestly, how many of you have texted while driving? Texting and driving is a temptation because if your phone is laying next to you while you're driving and it lights up because someone texted you, you're going to want to reply. I spent the past week researching, and I can tell you that it is very dangerous. According to Texting and Driving's safety website, in 2011, 1.3 million crashes involved cell phone use. In my speech, I will talk to you about the texting bill, how texting and driving is distracting and unsafe, and what can be done to help prevent texting and driving. The so-called texting bill is the Alert Drivers Act of 2009. The Alert Drivers Act requires states to write laws to prohibit text messaging by drivers. If a state does not write laws to prohibit text messaging by drivers, the state will lose 25% of their annual federal highway money. The legislation would set deadlines for transportation department regulators to devise minimum penalties for states to implement. The state would have 2 years to enact their own laws. This bill was introduced a day after the Virginia Tech Transportation Institute released a study on texting or using a cell phone while driving. They found that you are 6 times more likely to be involved in an accident if you do so. They also found that if you are texting and driving, you are 23 times more likely to be in a full-on crash. Distracted driving is the leading cause of car accidents, and the most common form of distracted driving is texting while driving. And the minimal amount of time your attention is taken away from the road while texting is 5 seconds. If you're traveling at 55 miles per hour, 5 seconds of travel is the length of a football field. Some don't think it is a problem. 77% of young adults claim their confidence in safely texting and driving at the same time. But in reality, it is a problem. Teens who text while driving spend approximately 10% of their driving time outside of their lane. Teens who text while driving spend approximately 10% of their driving time outside of their lane. Teens aren't the only problem, though. 27% of adults have either texted while driving or talked on the phone while driving. Parents also make a habit of texting their child while their child is driving to see where they are, what their plans are, which can cause a lot of distraction for teen drivers with the need of responding to their parents. So what can be done? A lot of people are aware that texting and driving is dangerous, but that can't stop people from doing it. There are laws implemented about texting and driving, and people do get pulled over daily for texting and driving and being on their phone while driving. 39 states have a law against texting while driving. 32 states prohibit novice drivers from cell phone use, and 10 states prohibit all drivers from using a cell phone while driving. Parents have also taken a step towards texting while driving. Parents have now started to put a drive cam in their child's car that can monitor what they're doing and give video feedback so they can see what their child is doing while driving to see if they're texting. Android and BlackBerry have an anti-texting and driving mobile app for their phones that puts your phone on a drive mode so you can't text and drive or can't use your phone while driving. There are also multiple pledges online that you can take to end texting and driving, such as textinganddravingsafety.com and itcanwait.com. Most think before they text and drive, but most do not think twice about texting and driving. Next time you are in the driver's seat and about to pull out your cell phone, think twice and think about all the people involved with texting and driving. No text message is worth an accident or a life. It can all wait.